What's up, gamers? This is NGG here with another review video. This time it is for the Grinch Christmas Adventures. This is by Outright Games, and I was provided a code from Outright Games, so I want to thank Outright Games for providing the code. I asked for this one because I kind of wanted to play like a Christmas game around Christmas season. So let's get into the game. My reviews are always gameplay and the story, gameplay, and then our rating for you. So let's talk about the story of the Grinch. The story of the Grinch is basically the book. The book, if you read it as a child, how the Grinch doesn't like that the Who's are celebrating Christmas, and he wants to shut down Christmas in Whoville because they're singing, all their present buying, all the festivities make so much noise. He hates it. Now I want to put a storybook at the end, but I didn't ask permission, so I didn't do it. I really want to have the story read to you guys on Christmas. Maybe I'll be able to get in touch with somebody at Outright Games, and I can have the story being read to you guys for Christmas. But anyway, he doesn't want that noise, so he's doing everything to stop the Who's from celebrating Christmas, and that's the basic gist of the book and the game. So you're going throughout all of Whoville and all of the cave systems to get to Whoville and snatch up everything that's Christmas related, because the Grinch does not want to have to deal with that. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is gameplay. Now, this is a platformer, and I would say it's a beginner's platformer. A beginner, like slightly advanced. I still had a hard time platforming. Now, I'm not great at platforming. I don't know if you guys know this, but I am not great at platforming. So this was still giving me a hard time with platforming. I was still dying a lot. So this is very like beginner to starting to intermediate, and you have to like collect these puzzle pieces during the game to fill out a puzzle at the end of the match, or every couple of matches, so that you could upgrade your Grinch's powers, like make his heart, like make him have more hit points, make him have the Santa gear, so that the Who's, when he passes by the Who's in Whoville, don't want to run into him. I actually felt like they were running into him more because he was dressed as Santa Claus and not like the Grinch, because the Grinch doesn't want any kind of love. So the Who's are all trying to hug him as they're walking into the house, and so he's trying to stop that. And yeah, so there are lots of things that you have to look for. You have to collect presents along the way, and on a lot of the boards I got 100%, but there were still some boards where I got like 99% and I didn't find all the presents. I don't know if there's any kind of thing if you find all the presents, but I found a lot. I think there was only 1 or 2 boards where I didn't find all the presents, but some of them were hidden. They weren't readily accessible if you didn't have like the certain power-ups, like the candy cane swing to grab you, the rocket that you gain. Like there are certain upgrades that you need to grab everything in the board, so you can come back later on once you have the upgrades, and then even more puzzle pieces are sometimes hidden behind where the upgrade, where you use the upgrades, where they are at. So I definitely found the game challenging enough for me, a beginner platformer, because like I said, I don't do well with platforming, which is probably why I don't really do the Mario series, because it's a lot of platforming. But this one was a good amount of platforming for me. It's still challenging, but still I was able to get through it. I believe it took me 4 days to beat. Let me see how many hours I have on this game, because that would tell me more or less what how long it took me to beat the game. It says it took me 5 hours to beat the game. So like I said, these games by Outright are geared towards children, so it took me 5 hours of platforming, and I felt like maybe I played an hour a day or something like that, but I definitely played for a few days and took me a little bit to beat it. Platforming is hard for me again. So I liked that it was sufficiently hard. It wasn't super easy. I remember like when I was growing up, the Mario games were way hard. So if I can play the Mario games, and I was getting through them when I was younger. I don't know. Something happened to my platforming skills later on in life that they went away. But if I can get through them, the kids can get through these ones as well. So let's give this game a rating. Now, obviously, I like the story of The Grinch Stole Christmas. So story was great. I love that it had a portion of the game where the story was just being read to you before every chapter. So that was cute as well. The platforming was just around the right amount of difficulty for me, and I am an adult. So I would say this game was a 4.5. The game was a little short, and I think that's where my gripe with and I know these are kids games, so I always give it a little bit of a pass, right? Because these are meant for children. So 5 hours to beat for an adult probably would take longer for a child to beat, but I still enjoyed a lot of it. Like I had so much fun with this game, with watching the story unfold, and even the end, where you have to do something as the Grinch. I'm not gonna spoil it for those who want to play it. It was super fun. So yeah, 4.5 for me, and I enjoyed the game a lot. The only thing, it was way too short, but I'm giving it a little bit of grace because I know I am not the intended audience. The intended audience is children, and children will probably have a harder time with this game. The only thing I don't know is that if you don't get all the power-ups, if you can still beat the game. Because I got all the power-ups as I went, but I don't know as a kid if you didn't get all the power-ups, if you'd still be able to beat the game. That's something I don't know because I didn't go down that rabbit hole of not getting all the power-ups and trying it. But yeah, super fun game. I would say play it for the holiday season. If you have 5 hours on Christmas Day to play it with your kids. This is a 2-player game, so you can help the kid, or the kid can help you. So one of you can be the Grinch, and then one of you can be his doggo. So I didn't play it 2-player. I only played it single-player, but I think if you have a child who's struggling, you can play 2-player, and it would be nice. And there are 2-player aspects to the game where the dog has to do some things for the Grinch to get through. So that's always nice. Anyway, I want to thank Outright Games for providing the review code again, and thank you for watching, guys. Happy gaming, Merry Christmas if you celebrate, or happy holidays. Happy gaming. Bye.